two techniques through which you can simply start thinking in English. Very easy to follow, and you will be thinking in English because you are not giving your mind any other option rather than thinking in English. And isn't that amazing, guys? Hi everyone, my name is Shalima. Welcome back to my another session of learning English and improving your English speaking skills with me. So today I am going to tell you something that is going to be very helpful for you to improve your English. That is how to start thinking in English. I'm going to tell you two easy methods through which you can start thinking in English. Now, thinking in English, that means your thoughts are very important. How to think in a particular language? We have a particular series on this. I have so many lessons, and this is going to be another lesson in our Thinking in English series. So, are you guys ready for this? If you are ready, please let me know in the comment section that you are ready to watch this video till the very end of this video, right? And you are going to start thinking in English from today onwards. So before beginning, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the lessons that I post for you on this channel. Please like the video and share it with your friends, with your loved ones, and the person who need this stuff. Alright? So now, coming back to today's lesson, guys, how to start thinking in English. Now, thinking in English, very important. You have to think in a language. Is it possible to think in a particular language? Well, it depends on how much you are trying to achieve this particular goal of fluency. How much you want to improve. Yes, you can think in English, but for that, you have to, deliberately think in English. You have to develop a habit of thinking in English, and slowly and gradually it will become a natural for you. Absolutely natural, guys, which will increase your fluency. So guys, how to do that? How to start thinking in English? This is a big question. Now for that, you have various techniques that I have already told you. Now I'm going to tell you something that you can apply anytime, anywhere. While you are learning something, you can apply it. This is a thinking in English technique that you can apply anywhere. And I have two of those techniques. So let's begin with both of these techniques. Technique number one is stop translation. You need to stop translation. Okay, because translation can occur. It's something that's very natural while you are learning a second language. Now, English is your second language, right? That is why you want to learn. Yes, right? You have a native language. For example, you might be from France. French is your native language. You might be from some other country. That's your native language. I also have one of the native language, but English is your second language. Naturally, what will happen is you want to translate. You are tempted to translate in your head, and hence this is what is stopping you from thinking in English, because you are constantly translating. You are thinking, that's it. Okay? So let's translate at this particular time, and now I am not going to translate once again. I won't translate, but this happen again and again. And we have to stop this, guys. We have to stop this pattern specifically for the advanced words. A lot of times it's very easy to understand the meaning through translation when we are learning advanced words, but if you are going to translate, you are never going to realize the actual uses of the word. The uses, that means the word in context, the phrase or the particular word, whatever vocabulary you are learning in context is important. You need to learn it in context. Alright, that means in what kind of sentence it is used, in what kind of situation it is getting used. Alright, it's very important. If you want to stop that translation, you have to do it. And if you want to think in English, you need to stop translating, because translation is creating a lag for you guys. Okay, you are constantly getting dependent on your native English language, and that's absolutely wrong. You cannot depend on your native language, guys, all the time to learn English or to improve fluency in your English language. It's acting as crutches. You know, crutches, something that is holding you back, and I don't think so that you want to do that one step forward, two step back. All right, this is not something that we can afford, because we have to reach that goal, right? That particular destination of achieving the fluency. That is why you have to give up this translation that you are doing in your head, right? No uses of native language. Go do something which can help you to stop translating in your head. Now, how to do that? This is also a big question. It comes in your mind, right? How we have to stop translation in our head? Guys, for this you can watch my video. I have uploaded one of my video where I have told you how to stop translating in your head. And I am giving you 4 techniques to do it, and this is going to help you to improve not only your fluency, but you will start thinking in English. The easiest way to start thinking in English, because once you stop the translation, what is the alternative? The alternative is to think in English. That means you are forcing your mind, the zone of your complete mind, to think in English, because once you eradicate that native language, step once you take out native language out of the picture, right? What is left with you? Thinking in English, right? That means only English language is left with you. It is left in your hand, or I can say it is left in your mind, and it's there with you. Now you are going to think in English easily. It will be spontaneous for you. It will come from the back of your mind, and isn't that amazing, guys? It is amazing, right? If it is amazing, let me know in the comment section. Why are you waiting for that? And now let's come back. It was just joking, but you can comment. And that is what we want to achieve to start thinking in English. Technique number 2. Now I am going to discuss technique number 2. Well, technique number 2 is immersion technique. Alright, immersion technique. Now this is something that I have talked about a lot on YouTube, in my videos, in my lessons. What is immersion technique? That means to immerse yourself in English. Immerse yourself in English, that means to surround yourself with English language completely. Alright, immersing yourself in the language is something that is kind of a native language, kind of environment where you are completely surrounded with the language. You have to create environment like that. You have to create opportunities for yourself. That means you must carry something to read in English always with you, right? It can be something you can search on the Google. You will get a lot of resources, right? And because you can access anything from Google, guys, there are a lot of websites from where you can just read the articles. Alright, so read easily. You can carry a novel, you can carry a small magazine, you can carry anything around to read at any particular time. Either you can simply read an article on your smartphone. It's all up to you guys. Reading, listening to a podcast, listening to speeches, listening to if you are religion person, you can just listen the religion speeches, right? That is very important. So when you listen to podcast, when you are doing is you are listening to kind of information about particular topic in a particular genre, right? And that would help you to gain your vocabulary of that particular topic, of that particular genre. You will interact with a lot of sentences, structures. You will hear the sounds, the intonation, the pronunciation, and can give you the imagine how much this is going to improve your English, guys. All right. So your English, because subconsciously you are taking up English and it's getting there in the back of your mind. So these, these phrases, the sentences, the sentence structures, they are going to get fixed at the back of your mind when you listen to a podcast. And one exercise that I love a lot, listening to a podcast while closing your eyes, right? So you can close your eyes and just completely focused on the podcast, and that you are listening, you are hearing sense, your hearing sense, that is auditory senses, is heightened a lot, and all the other senses, they reduce because you completely focused on listening. So you are deliberately focusing on listening to a particular podcast, listening to the English, listening to all the sounds, the way, the words, the pronunciation, the phrases, right, the sentences they are made. You are completely focused on what task, and it will helps you a lot, guys. Believe me, guys, it will helps you a lot to improve your English, because now this is going to be there in your mind, in the back of your mind, in your subconscious mind, I can say, right? And if you come across a familiar word or the same word which you are listening again and again, which you are reading again and again, you will remember how it sounds, the pronunciation. You will remember, guys, listening to that particular word, and this is how you are immersing yourself in English. Through listening, through reading, all right, through watching content in English. Now, guys, watching a content in English is being very important, right? You can watch movies, you can watch, I cannot suggest you the movies, this is a long process. You can watch, series, you can watch cartoons, you can watch a lot of things, you can watch on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of videos, guys. It depends on your choice. Okay, so and lot of English stuffs for you, free of course stuff, right? And that's one of the biggest platform, I can say, that you can tune into to learn English, to listen to English and watch content in English. Isn't that amazing? This is absolutely amazing, guys. So you listen to English, you watch English, you watch English content, and you read English. All right, so 3 tasks that you need to do in English to immerse yourself in English, and you are creating a kind of environment for yourself. I can say English environment. When you do this repeatedly again and again, you are completely immersing in the language, and this will help you to start thinking in English, because now a lot of things in your mind, they are going to be in English, because this is what you are feeding to your mind constantly. What you will feed to your mind will increase, and if you feed your mind with English content, that means in your mind, in your thinking, those English words, they would be more powerful. So that's why you have to listen to English content. You have to read English books, novels, magazines, newspapers. You have to watch English content. It can be vlog, it can be speeches, it can be podcast, it can be anything of your choice, and immerse yourself in English. So there are various ways in which you can immerse yourself in English, in which this immersion technique works. Guys, if you want, I can just make a separate video how to immerse yourself with English. Alright, if you want, please let me know in the comment section, then definitely I'll create a separate video for you guys. Alright, so guys, these are the 2 techniques two techniques through which you can simply start thinking in English. Alright, very easy to follow, and you will be thinking in English because you are not giving your mind any other option rather than thinking in English. And isn't that amazing to just think in English and improve your English speaking fluency? Well, that's absolutely amazing. So take up these two techniques, guys, and start thinking in English. Do not forget to check out all the other lessons in our series of thinking in English. Guys, I have posted 2 more videos on thinking in English. I have posted one video which is thinking 24 hours in English, and one video which is think in English. Alright, so watch that 2 videos. I'll just give the link in the description box, or you can search on my channel. Alright, so you can go and check all the lessons out in the series. The series is completely free for you to just go, so that you can start thinking in English and improve your fluency. So guys, that's it for today's video, guys. I think I am going to meet you in the next video, and I think that video will help you a lot. If it is going to help you a lot, then it's it's good for me, because I am only creating a content for you all, guys. Alright guys, so I think you like the video. If you like the video, please give thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you are new on my channel, please welcome to the channel, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thanks for watching. Bye bye, take care.